On a 2-inch wheel spacer kit on this Dodge Ram. This is a 3rd gen 2500. Just to give it a little better stance. We will go bigger tires and a small lift on this later. Here's our wheel spacer kit that we're going to be putting on. These are the 2-inch aluminum. They come with lug nuts that you're going to need. And you'll end up using your original lug nuts actually on these studs when you put the wheels on these. One thing I do like to do before I put them on is I like to shoot them with a coat of clear, something you don't have to do. That just keeps them looking fresh for longer. So the first thing you want to do is jack the vehicle up and put it on jack stands so the wheels are off the ground. And we'll go ahead and remove this wheel. We got the wheel off of there. You want to take one of the spacers. You want to go ahead and remove one of the lug nuts that's on there. You test fit it onto your truck and make sure it's the right size. Threads on. And you want to take one of your original lug nuts off the truck and make sure it threads onto the spacer itself. So that way there's no issues of being the wrong size studs. I have had that happen, so you want to test that beforehand. Also, after the wheels are removed, you want to make sure this hub itself is clean. Got a rotor that looks like that. Once you remove the wheel, you want to take a wire wheel or just a hand brush and clean up this area of the hub. That way the wheel can seat properly or the spacer can seat properly. You can also paint it if you like after that. That's up to you. Once you clean it, you can take a spray can and give it a coat if you like. Makes it look better. Don't worry about getting paint on the rotor, on the mating surface of the pad. Once you drive it, that'll come off anyways with the pads. Just keep it thin. And try to keep it thin here. That's just to mist the paint on here, because that's where the hub actually touches. So you don't want to go too thick there and run into issues. So once you've test fitted the lug nuts and make sure they're the proper size, you want to go ahead and remove all these lug nuts from here. Before putting this spacer onto the wheel hub, I like to use a little bit of an anti-seize around the hub and in the back, just here and there, just so it doesn't seize up onto the hub. Take our lug nuts that we took off of there and put them in these holes on the studs. Get them started. Once you have all these lug nuts in, you want to go ahead and in a star pattern, just like when you're tightening up a wheel, so everything seats evenly. You don't want to over tighten anything until you have them all tight and it's seated how it should be. And then you want to take a torque wrench and torque these to specs. So now that we got these torqued to specs, one thing to note, you will need a 21 socket to tighten these. Your normal impact socket will not work. It's just too thick to go through these. So you need a thin wall socket. The wheel spacer is on and tightened to specs. Now it's time to go ahead and put the wheel back on. The wheel is back on and torqued to specs. Now we'll just need to repeat the process, the same process on the other 3 wheels. Completed that same procedure on all 4 tires on this. See, the wheels do stick out quite a bit, 2 inches more to be exact. We'll go ahead and take it for a drive. We'll come back, re-torque the wheels, and then we'll take a final look at it. So 2-inch spacers are on, and this is how the truck looks now. If you listen closely, the truck's actually screaming for a lift and bigger tires. And I think that's going to be in the near future. Thank you for watching.